Hi everyone, my name is Blevins, and in this video I will present my capstone project that I completed for my Specialist in Education degree at Kennesaw State University. The purpose of this presentation is to review and analyze the implementation of my capstone project, to give you a description of the events that took place, to detail any adjustments that needed to be made during the implementation, and to discuss the outcomes. In 2017, the school I work at, Graves Elementary, was rewarded a Title I grant for ViewPath cameras. Teachers were asked to create instructional videos for their students using the ViewPath cameras that were going to be installed in their classrooms. Instructional videos were to be used with current Safari montage resources that the teachers already had access to create multimedia modules in our learning management system called eClass. One of the goals is we wanted to increase the use of the ViewPath cameras from not using them at all to using them on a regular basis, increase the level of teacher knowledge of ViewPath cameras and how they can use them for instructional purposes, and increase the design of multimedia modules that we could use in eClass for our students. The standards, the Georgia Professional Learning Standards for Technology that I covered in this project were 5.2 professional learning, developing technology-based learning experiences for teachers. Program evaluation 5.3, where I evaluate programs, or in this case a professional development, and the coaching that I was giving to teachers. And 6.2 reflection, where I reflect on feedback that I've received and make changes to my professional practice. Sequence of events. Well, in August, I designed the ViewPath Professional Development and designed the Safari Montage Professional Development. The teachers had used Safari Montage before, but there was a new interface that came out that required teachers to learn about that and required me to prepare for that training. In September, I created the post-professional development teacher surveys. I tried to use a combination of Likert scale questions and open-ended questions. I wanted to use Likert scale so that I could do some quantitative analysis, but I wanted open-ended questions so that I could get teachers' true opinions. I also designed the eClass professional development, and to help with that, I collaborated with our district eClass specialist. In October, I conducted 2 of the 3 ViewPath professional development sessions. I provided one-on-one training after the sessions with teachers who requested it. I analyzed the surveys that teachers completed after the training and reviewed the data with our tech team to get their input on it as well. In November, I conducted the 3rd ViewPath professional development. I conducted the Safari Montage professional development. I analyzed the Safari Montage teacher surveys and reviewed the data with the tech team again to get their feedback. In December, I provided one-on-one training on ViewPath after our training sessions had completed. In January, I facilitated some drop-in sessions for teachers who still needed some support. I created a survey for the upcoming eClass professional development. And I created a measure for outcomes, how I was going to measure the outcomes of this project, and I collaborated with the tech team to determine the parameters for those measures. In February, I conducted our eClass professional development. I analyzed the eClass teacher surveys, again, always reviewing the data with the tech team so that I could get their opinion. In March, I conducted small group and one-on-one training for teachers who needed additional support. And in May, I measured my outcomes. There were some adjustments that needed to be made throughout the plan. There was issues with the installation of the ViewPath cameras, which pushed back the professional development for the ViewPath by several weeks. There were other school conflicts on the calendar that required me to combine the original 2 Safari Montage sessions into one session. And one-on-one sessions were delayed due to training delays, so teachers received support after what I had originally planned. Outcomes were supposed to be measured in March, but I waited until May to allow teachers more time to finish their modules in eClass. For the outcomes, we did have almost every grade level created some type of multimedia module in eClass. Kindergarten was the only group that did not create any, and I believe that has to do with the age level of their students. So that'll be a focus for me for next year, is working with kindergarten. In particular, we had fourth grade had the most number of multimedia modules, but only one teacher created all of them. So at least we have one expert in fourth grade that can hopefully help teachers next year to make their own modules. Additional outcomes. All 52 teachers created at least one eClass module with Safari Montage resources. That had never happened before, so that was great to see. 2 teachers created eClass modules with just the ViewPath cameras. They used it for homework reinforcement, which was great. And the 5th grade science teachers created modules specific to the Georgia Milestones Review. So I think that they found a need, and they were able to meet it using the professional development that they received. Key takeaways. Some teachers were really resistant to using the ViewPath cameras because they were concerned about how the cameras would be used or viewed by the administration. Some teachers did not feel comfortable recording themselves on video, so I created a workaround for them. Differentiating professional development to meet different levels of teacher readiness was really important to me. I wish I had had more time to meet with teachers so that I could differentiate further, something I'm planning on asking for next year. One big issue was at the beginning of the year, there was a problem with the installation of the ViewPath cameras, and I did not troubleshoot the technology with enough time to fix those or fix any problems before the professional development was supposed to start. So I had to push my professional development back. So that is something I wish I had troubleshooted earlier. Okay, skills and dispositions that I needed to complete this project. I needed to know how to design professional development using research-based frameworks. I needed to know how to model principles of adult learning. I needed to know how to promote best practices. I needed to provide adequate support to teachers, and I needed to use a coaching model so that I could work collaboratively with teachers. Suggestions for technology coaches. I would suggest to coaches that they need to be very flexible with their plans. Even the best laid plans will be disrupted by things that are out of your control. It's important to work collaboratively with leadership teams at your school. It's important to understand your school's professional goals. There's a lot of things happening in a school outside of just your project, and how your project correlates with those other goals is really important. Always gather teacher feedback. I learned so much from the teacher surveys that I gave, and that feedback allowed me to change my practice for future professional development and make it more effective. Always offer one-on-one support. This is the time where I was able to have open dialogue with teachers where they felt comfortable sharing their true opinions with me. Out of everything that I did in this project, I learned the most during those one-on-one support sessions. And be appreciative of teachers' time. Teachers have so many things that they have to do, that they're responsible for, that are on their plates. And just being appreciative of them taking their time to participate in your professional development will give you the opportunity to create a positive environment. Here are the references. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you very much.